What's up YouTube, Demon Sparks here, and today I wanted to do this quick little tutorial video, and this will be a basic demonstration how-to video for pretty much emergency sewing and stitching if you do not have a needle and thread. So what I had came up with, since I actually had to do this myself to repair something that was fabric, it was actually, I repaired my wallet like this by stitching it with very commonly found fishing line, which is pretty thin and it's very strong. And I don't have a needle to thread it with, but I have a safety pin. So I call this the punch and thread method. So you punch your hole in the material you want and rub it back and forth to get a nice clean tiny hole, so you can feed your line through. Instead of doing your thread, you will use this plastic wire, which is fishing line. And you guys can see I had started stitching it just to show you guys on video, and this method will work. I don't know on what types of materials it'll work best. Probably something preferably not very thick and not very hard either. This is very like just a general material. This is just a little case that I keep things in. It's just a very basic fabric material, kind of like jeans, pants, denim material. It also works on a lot harder materials, but it's a lot harder to do. I actually did it for my wallet, but I have tape over it as well, so you won't be able to see the stitching I did in it. But anyways, this is just a really quick basic emergency DIY kind of tutorial on how to stitch or sew something in case something rips and you just need to emergency have an emergency to get it repaired, to do whatever it needs to be done until you can sew it up properly. Since this method is also quite strong, so fewer stitches will be able to hold a lot more pressure and tension than just normal very thin sewing thread. And fishing line, I found, is pretty quite common, especially if you're an outdoors person and you have something to sew. I don't know why you wouldn't have a needle and thread with you, but you can use this stuff. It works very well and it's very strong. So basically all you just need is a safety pin, preferably some scissors. When you cut off your ends, make sure it doesn't fray at the end, because when you're going to have a problem feeding it through the hole. So make sure it's a very clean cut on the thread or your fishing line before you try to feed it through the hole. Otherwise it will not be able to go through very well. So you got one last shot of the stitching, if I can, if it will focus. So, and that's pretty much all there is to it. I hope you guys enjoyed this little neat thing that I found out, and it will help you guys in the future possibly, because it certainly helped me. I just kind of figured it out randomly and it worked. And again, thanks for watching. I hope you please like and subscribe and show some support.